Well, interesting, because I've always thought of you, from back in, obviously, your days with Rage, as a guitarist, someone not even writing lyrics, presumably. You've kind of incorporated those ideas into your guitar playing. I mean, making it sound like a turntable. Wasn't there one NWA riff on the first record?
I mean, well, there's definitely, I've incorporated that in my guitar playing, that idea that the music can be just as rebellious as any of the lyrics.
So, as Night Watchman, correct me if I'm wrong, it's your first time writing lyrics, right?
I made lyrical contributions to Rage Against the Machine, but Zach wrote 95% of the lyrics.
Okay, fair enough. Well, it's your first time vocalizing?
Yes,
singing,
yes, they've kept me well away from a microphone throughout my career until now.
Yeah, well, they might be sorry.
Yeah.
So, do you see it as a whole different world in terms of having a voice in the music, or have you always, so to speak, spoken through your guitar?
I've spoken through my guitar, but it's the first. When I was 17 years old, I joined my first rock band. Every rock band I've been in has been a democratic endeavor where everybody kind of pitches in, and the band's chemistry determines how good the band is. I love doing it. It's very, very different. It's a completely different existence being a solo artist where you don't get the chemistry of other musicians helping or hindering the project, but you do get a purity of vision. You know, every lyric, every note, every arrangement idea is mine. And I really like that. I mean, that's why I'm a fan of Led Zeppelin and The Clash. They're great bands that have tremendous chemistry. I'm also a fan of, Dylan and Springsteen because of the purity of their work.
Now, you mentioned, obviously, Night Watchman is a solo project, but on The Fabled City, there are a few guests, such as Serge Tankian. So I'd like to talk about, that was my little segue into Axis of Justice, actually. Now, they put out a CD, or you put out a CD in 2004 called Concert Series Volume 1.
Yep.
Any plans for Volume 2?
We've recorded a tremendous amount of material at Axis of Justice concerts with a wide variety of international rock superstars that at some point we hope to put out. Serge and I have been both musical and political collaborators for some time, and he does sing on the Fabled City record, and he sings very beautifully in a song called Lazarus on Down.
Yeah.
And Shooter Jennings is on the record as well, and he's been another longtime friend and collaborator.
What about the other members of... I mean, does Axis of Justice have what you call a lineup, or is it basically you, Serge, and whoever?
Yeah, Axis of Justice is a non-profit political organization that sometimes hosts concerts, and Serge and I go through our Blackberries and we invite our friends and whoever's in town and available and willing on a given night will show up.
Do you find a lot of what you call your peers are on the same side as you, so to speak, politically?
I mean, that's a good question. When I've done things like the Justice Tour in the spring, where I asked musician friends to come to different cities around the United States, where one day we would play a concert, and the proceeds from the concert would go towards a different charity or activist organization. On the second day in the city, all of the musicians would participate in that organization. Because normally, like when you play benefit concerts, you kind of you show up, and rather than playing for money towards your new Lamborghini, you give that money on that day towards a charity. This is very different. Perry Farrell was waist deep in a dumpster in the 9th Ward in New Orleans, helping to clean